Now we're going to go to another clip, this time by RT, as they caught up with Alex Jones yesterday at Bilderberg, and Alex explains how the elite are meeting in secret to plan a one world bank and a total cashless society control grid.
As they begin arriving in the next few hours, it's Bilderberg 2012.
They're trying to push a global bank as the solution to all our problems that they created. They're openly trying to push more police state systems. They want to end internet freedom. They want to bring in internet IDs. Members of the Bilderberg Group have said this.
And as you heard in that clip, Alex Jones mentioned the electronic ID system, and I think this is what concerns me the most about this year's meeting at Bilderberg is the push for a mandatory electronic ID system. Now, there are two attendees, regular attendees, I might add, that are there meeting in secret that are involved in this. One of them is Neelie Kroes, and she is the European Union's Digital Agenda Commissioner, and she is working overtime, trust me, to get this mandatory electronic ID system in place. Meanwhile, we have in America, we have the head of the NSA, General Keith Alexander, and he's working hard as well in his creation of the what they call the U.S. Cybercom. Now, these two have been paired up during the entire conference, and they are pushing for a mandatory electronic ID system. And basically, this will phase in the total cashless control grid. And, and then eventually after that, this is one step closer to the mark of the beast system. So this is very alarming, and we must point attention to all this. I also want to point out that, the technocrats are also there, all these guys from the Silicon Valley and Facebook. They're there to data mine, share all the intelligence, all the data mining to the intelligence communities. And a couple of Mitt Romney's advisors are also in attendance, and one of them, name is David Kagan, and he had some interesting things to say about Bilderberg, and this is what he said. This is a quote from David Kagan, "The meeting merely represents a lot of vaguely uninteresting people giving vaguely uninteresting lectures and then having nice meals in nice places," of course downplaying the whole significance of the Bilderberg meetings. And, maybe that's why the mainstream media has been uninterested in reporting Bilderberg meetings all these years, because it's full of vaguely uninteresting people. Come on, man, give me a break. Nothing interesting, right, about the world's top power brokers getting together and discussing policy, creating policy of global significance. If you think about it, the euro was created at Bilderberg. The euro was created at Bilderberg. Are you listening? The Washington Post, okay, they are a creature of Bilderberg, all right? So it's not like the mainstream media wasn't invited, okay, because they're there every year. Their CEOs are there. Their representatives are always there. Do we have that quote? I know we're going to save it for the end of the day, but can we just play it right now? Let's quote. This is the David Rockefeller quote. Speaking of the Washington Times. All right, here's a quote from David Rockefeller. "We are grateful to the Washington Post, the New York Times, Time Magazine, and other great publications whose directors have attended our meetings and respected their promises of discretion for almost 40 years. Boy, look at that face. That's a face, I don't even know if a mother could even love that face. That guy is scaring me. He continues, "It would have been impossible for us to develop our plan for the world if we had been subjected to the lights of publicity during those years. But the world is more sophisticated and prepared to march toward a world government. The supernatural sovereignty of an intellectual elite and world bankers is surely preferable to the national autodetermination practiced in past centuries." So there you have it, folks. The mainstream media is fully aware of Bilderberg because they're there themselves. They attend every single time. Mainstream media is there to distract, to divide and conquer. That is their job. They want to trick you into this false left-right system, the false left-right paradigm, as Alex Jones has coined that phrase. It's, Republican versus Democrat, liberal versus conservative, MSNBC versus Fox News, Keith Olbermann versus Bill O'Reilly and Rush Limbaugh, Romney versus Obama. It's a lie. It's a never-ending circle jerk, and it's got to stop. It's total lie. It's a two-party system in this country is a complete fraud. It is a two-party dictatorship. Okay, let's get that straight. Now we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, Alex Jones and the rest of the InfoWars crew joins us live from Chantilly, Virginia, where they're there with a record number of protesters and activists who are all there confronting the global mafia. And oh, how the elite dread the spotlight. Alex Jones, when we return.
Be heard, be active, be social. InfoWarriors worldwide are logging on to the newest activist social network, planetinfowars.com. I'm Christy Hightower. This week on Planet InfoWars, follow Alex Jones in the official Bilderberg 2012 InfoWarriors official site. You can watch up-to-the-minute news, information, and live streams, all covering the globalist clandestine convention going on this week in Chantilly, Virginia. Create your own sites of activists and information on planetinfowars.com.